Hello, we are at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and we are talking with Magnus Frodigh, Head of Research at Ericsson. Hi.
Hello.
5G seems to be the trend at the current edition of Mobile World Congress Barcelona. How do you see 5G adoption, and if you can leverage any of the existing network infrastructure?
Yeah, I think we are seeing the rapid take-up of 5G is going faster than we originally planned, right? We started the research and the standardization for this 6-7 years ago. We were aiming for 2020, but now we have full commercial build-out already now, right? So the interest and the push and from our customers is enormous of this. And I think it should be. I think this technology, it really offers such a powerful platform for the operators, for the society, for the industries, right? So it's of course it's super important to be early out with this technology. And in order to do this, you need to build on what you have, right? You can't build completely new networks. So that has really been in our thinking from the beginning, right? So we have been designing 5G. So 4G is actually a subset of 5G because the 5G consists of a lot of different numerologies, the different sort of carrier spacing and a lot of sort of gritty-nitty details. And all of this is done in such a way that 5G can be so much more, but it can also sort of LTE, the 4G fits into the 5G. And due to this, you are able to build a system that could instantly switch between 5G and 4G, right? So you can share the spectrum. So if you have an operator that have an attractive spectrum, they have 4G customers onto it, it's very difficult to reform that, right? But then you can introduce 5G onto it and still take care of all your 4G subscribers, and on top of that do the 5G. So it's really, really good.
And there will be also a kind of software solution, as I understood, like an upgrade of an existing network, for example?
Yeah, all this functionality I talked about is really software, right? Then of course, if you want to do 5G on a new frequency, you need new antennas and everything on that. But there is a lot of already delivered radio hardware that is still possible to upgrade with software, so you can actually run the 5G standard on top of these things as well.
Okay, sounds great. And what about the integrated devices? How do you see the future IoT devices? What will be the benefit of the 5G networks for them?
Yeah. So the IoT is a huge space. It's a bit difficult to talk about just the IoT, right? Because you have the massive IoT, which is the small sensors and things, and there we already have the LTE technologies on that, which is also software upgradable from today's network, right? And then we have the really mission critical large vehicles, for example, that is also connected. So there's a lot of different things here, of course.
Yes, mainly about the connected devices, like bigger devices, not necessarily sensors.
Yeah, and these things, I think it will be a need for a more powerful IoT technology, and that is going to be developed now and being provided in the 5G standard. And here we are talking about the ultra low high reliability functions, right? And here we have been designing the systems in order to have a short round trip time, so we can have response times on a millisecond level. We are able to within a millisecond we can have a few retransmissions, and we need to build on this further, so all of these connected vehicles or whatever it is can transmit and receive a lot of data, because there is no limit on how much data a car can generate, right? I think a car today, they can easily generate a terabyte a day. So
yeah, totally agree, especially if you are talking about on autonomous driving and high precision maps. I think that the amount of data will be huge.
Yeah, exactly. So we the first thing we think about the massive MTC is fairly little data, right? But we are moving rapidly into something which is much more data than a normal mobile broadband subscriber will generate, right? So I think we will see the data generated out of machines will dominate going forward. It takes a few years, but still.
Yes, and I saw today a lot of solution, really nice solution from Ericsson regarding virtual reality and more, augmented reality, mixed reality. How do you see that trend with this kind of solution? If you, start to get the 5G network in place.
Yeah, I think we are a lot of different players that are really waiting for this breakthrough, right? And we saw the Pokemon Go example where it was sort of simple but super popular. I think if you can do similar things but with AR, right, and different mixed reality experiences, it will be great. And I think what I have seen is that the device vendors on this are coming out with more attractive things. So these are in the labs and on the way to the market. We will have the 5G networks providing enough capacity for it, right? And then we also need edge compute on top of that. Because, just connecting all of these things, you need to do something with the data. So you need to have your gaming server in the network, right? And so it's a lot of compute needed as well.
Yeah, I think it will be a lot of fun and a lot of work for software developers considering this, from now on.
Yeah, it was. It's so much. It's just the imagination that limits what you can do on these things, right?
Yeah, they sound great. And what can you tell us about the future, after 5G? What the research is going?
Yeah. I think we are of course looking more and more onto sort of what's beyond 5G. And the thing is that the changes we foresee now with the connectivity, with the compute and with the AI is so tremendous, right? And we have really designed the 5G standard to be future compatible or upgradable. So I think all good ideas that's floating around today, they will be in the 5G evolution. So we need to think about what's after that. And I can imagine that we then are into a future where there is so much data between machines. So perhaps 6G will be more focused on really optimizing for this new future. That's one possible thought.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, thank you.